saw it. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, it is manna, for they risked not what it was. And Moses said unto them, that this is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tent. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more and some less. And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. All right. So the Lord fed everybody to the full. Now this is why the scriptures say, remember his marvelous works that he did in Egypt. You know, when you read, the first 5 books, the Lord refers back. I mean, throughout all the scriptures, but the Lord refers back to ancient Egypt a lot. Why? Because this is incredible. This ain't no small thing. You know, you hungry and food fall out the sky. Angels' food, as it's described in the scriptures. You know, these are marvelous works, as the scripture says. Psalms 105 and 41. He opened the rock and the waters gushed out. They ran in the dry places like a river. So this is Exodus 17 and 1. And all the congregation, of the children of Israel journeyed from the wilderness of sin after their journeys, according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Wherefore the people did chide with Moses, and said, give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, why chide ye with me? Wherefore do you tempt the Lord? And the people thirsted there for water, and the people murmured against Moses, and said, wherefore is this that thou hast brought us out of Egypt, to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, what shall I do unto this people? They almost be ready to stone me. And the Lord said unto Moses, go before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel, and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take thine hand, and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock of Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. All right. So the people was there just like when they was hungry, and the food fell out of the sky, the manna and the quails. All right. The Lord had Moses smite a rock, to quench their thirst. And you would think, people seeing these marvelous acts, they would stop complaining. Well, 2/3 of the nation of Israel is just that. This is Exodus. I'll put numbers. Exodus 20 and 1. Then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, into the desert of Zin in the first month. And the people abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died there and was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation. And they gathered themselves together against Moses and Aaron. And the people chode with Moses, and spake, saying, would the Most High that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord? And why have ye brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle should die there? And wherefore have ye made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us unto this evil place? It is, which is crazy for him to say that, to this evil place. But the Lord had been doing all these miracles, showing mercy and favor to the Israelites the whole time. You know, it says, "It is no place of seed or of figs or of vines or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink." And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly into the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces, and the glory of the Lord appeared unto them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, "Take thy rod, and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes. And it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink." And Moses took the rod before the Lord as he commanded. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod smote the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. All right, so this is another miracle. Even though, Israel wasn't faithful in the wilderness, they didn't have, any belief. If bread fall out of the sky, you should have confidence that you'll eat again. If you see water come out of a rock, you should have confidence. Okay, he'll Most High, YAHAWASHI, he'll give us drink in due time. But they was, finicky, panicking in that wilderness. And it's just showing a lack of faith, But these are incredible acts that the Most High did, which shows the mercy and the favor that the Most High had for the Israelites, or has for the Israelites. For he remembered his holy promise in Abraham his servant, and he brought forth his people with joy and his chosen with gladness, and gave them the lands of the heathen, and they inherited the labor of the people, that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws. Praise ye the Lord. All right. Deuteronomy 6:10. Now, when you go back, to all the acts that were mentioned in this chapter, they're all marvelous acts. But this is when Israel came into the land. And it shall be when the Lord thy power shall have brought thee into the land which he sware unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give thee great and goodly cities which thou buildest not. Everything was already prepared. It says, "And houses full of good things, which thou fillest not." The house was already full of good things. Whatever you can imagine. Furniture was probably in there. Good food was probably in there. Israel ain't have to lift a finger. It says, "And wells dig, which thou diggest not." Wells are for the water. Vineyards and olive trees, which thou plantest not. They have vegetation already there. When thou shalt have eaten and be full, then beware lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. And that's what Jake did. They forgot the Lord, even though he had done so much for them and prepared everything for them. Like the scripture say, just around wax it fat. And Jake do that. Start loving the things that the Lord gave them more than the Lord. That's a snare that you don't want to fall into. No matter what you're given on this side, I'm speaking from experience, of course. No matter what you're given on this side, praise YAHAWASHI, keep him first. You can't love anything more than the Most High. because everything that you've obtained is because the Most High gave it to you. That's something to keep at the forefront of your mind. I'm not saying you can't love anything, but you just can't love it more than the Most High. Because the scriptures tell you the Most High is a jealous God. And he will punish you for doing so. But I ain't gonna hold you. I hope that video was edifying. Shalom.